In Virginia, before the actual primary in June, there's the money primary. And in both parties, the money primary shapes expectations. This is not to say that the candidate with the most money always wins. It is to say that money begets money. And money has a geometric impact on politics. A check from one person or one political action committee makes it easier to reach a lot more people through television advertising, snail mail, email, social media. And in a primary campaign, most of this is targeted. It's directed at a very specific audience, those voters most likely to cast ballots in a Republican or Democratic primary. The candidates know to reach because they know who's voted in previous primaries. They get that information from the state agency that runs elections. And that information costs something too, so there's another reason for a candidate to raise a lot of money. The nominations for governor have been settled by both parties. The Republican candidate is Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl Sears. The Democratic candidate is Abigail Spanberger, a former congresswoman. This means there won't be a gubernatorial primary, but it does mean there's a money primary of sorts in the campaign for governor. And Spanberger's winning. In the first 3 months of the year, she's raised nearly $7 million. That's more than twice what Earl Sears has collected. Both will be raising considerably more money, and it will be a somewhat easy task because of the significance of Virginia's election. This state, along with New Jersey, elect governors in the year immediately following a presidential election. And because Virginia can be pretty purple, in contrast with usually blue New Jersey, our election is largely viewed as an early measure of national sentiment. That is, this year, voters will tell us what they think about the Trump presidency, tariffs, immigration, the economy. And this has special significance for Virginia, those mass firings of federal workers. This could suggest that Earl Sears, who's now content to align with Trump after dissing him for the 2024 nomination, may have some explaining to do. Could that be easier if, say, Earl Sears gets a big slug of cash from Elon Musk? His money helped Trump win last year, but it backfired in that Supreme Court election in Wisconsin, a swing state that Trump won. Virginia could be a very different story. 3 times Trump's name has appeared on a presidential ballot in Virginia, and 3 times he's lost the state by margins ranging from 5% to 10%. This is not a prediction that Earl Sears is doomed, though the early polling, talk about shaping expectations, is not encouraging. But consider Governor Glenn Youngkin, the fellow Republican who in effect handpicked Earl Sears for the party's nomination. He was narrowly elected in 2021, defeating former Governor Terry McAuliffe, despite having to answer for Trump. Youngkin was very artful. He appeared to keep his distance from Trump, generally speaking favorably about some of his programs, and steering clear of any conversation about Trump's style. And Virginians had other things on their mind, like COVID-19 and its disruptive effects. And Youngkin, more than McAuliffe, seemed pretty determined to get kids back in the classroom. Youngkin also had the cash to make that point and to make it stick. That is, more than $20 million of his own money. For the Richmond Times-Dispatch, this is Jeff Shapiro.